how to reprogram your mind, how to change your negative thinking, how to switch from a negative mindset to a positive mindset and start attracting the right things to you. Many of you, including me, developed wrong beliefs about themselves, what they can get in life, what they have the right to have access to, the kind of life they're allowed to have. You've been through all sorts of trauma, childhood, conditioning of society, your education, maybe your religion, your life experiences, and now you think a certain way because of all this. It might be blocking you from getting anything that you want, and maybe you have a negative mindset in general. And in this video, I want to share with you what truly helped me transform my mind, my mindset, my perception of the world, of my life, of who I am, and finally get out of this negative spiral I was trapped in. So obviously, one of the main things to do if you want to stop being negative and perceiving the world in a negative way and have a negative mindset is to obviously change your environment. The people you hang out with are highly contagious, and what you consume, whether it's food, materials, TV shows, or whatsoever. So these are the main things that are usually recommended to do by other YouTubers or coach lives. I'm not going to expand too much on this because these are obvious things that you have to do. I will go back to it at the end of the video, but here I really want to focus on specific things that I started to do that really helped me shift my mindset. So I'm gonna share with you about 10 things that you want to start doing to shift your mindset into a positive mindset that attracts anything that you want. A mindset of positivity, of abundance, of being lucky, being loved, being present, less distracted, and in full power of yourself, your mind, everything. So here we go. The first one is to change mindset of the version of you that actually developed these wrong beliefs that are affecting your present self, your present life. So I will make a more detailed video about what I mean by that and how to do it, how to connect with any versions of you from the past, and from there change your beliefs, change their beliefs that are affecting who you are today. This requires a few steps. A more detailed video about how to do so is coming right up. Just so you understand what I mean by that, as I was saying before, throughout your life, especially from your childhood, you experienced all sorts of trauma, your education, your life experiences, through the pain you experienced, beliefs form as a result of that. These beliefs, whether you were 8 or 13, even in your 20s, these are staying in your subconscious and they are guiding your everyday life and choices. Just like a coding, you are responding to a certain coding in your subconscious. And so sometimes you want to do certain things or you want to attract certain things and something's blocking. You don't understand why, you don't understand what. That's because of a wrong belief that's underneath, that is blocking you from getting this or that, from thinking a certain way. So for the first part of your life, you are entirely enslaved to your programming, your own programming. Even though it can come from your parent, education, religion, society, in the end, it's still your own programming because it's in your mind and you believe that. The person that you truly are doesn't believe and it doesn't have any kind of limitation, could do anything, anytime. Stand up right now, do a speech in front of thousands of people, go out there and be a pop star, whatever it is. The reason why you're not doing certain things or attracting certain things is because you're afraid. You're rejecting it for a certain reason, and this reason is tied to a certain version of you. At some point in your life, you developed a belief you can't do that. So it's about reconnecting to that version of you, inner child, your teenage self, 16, 17, your 20-year-old self. You need to find who is blocking you from moving forward, from thinking differently. I know that the most present versions of me were my inner child and my inner teen. These were really the most agitated periods of my life where many negative beliefs formed in my head that followed me throughout my life. The day I started to seriously tackle these two, not only through therapy but also by myself, by connecting with them, spending time with them, talking to them, understanding why they were thinking the way they were thinking and changing their mindset, the person that I am transformed refreshing in a brand new person. Just like when you refresh a page, you come back, brand new person. I was a new person, free of the limitations I had. And so really it's a lifetime thing to entirely reprogram ourselves, but it's possible. Main limitations that we have, we can totally change it. And so this is the very first thing you want to do if you want to change your mindset in the most efficient way possible. The second thing that I highly recommend doing if you're a person with a lot of negative beliefs constantly flowing through your mind is affirmation. There are different ways to consume affirmations, really different way, many creative ways to practice affirmations. What I actively do is writing them and reading them and listening to them through music. So how to do that? There are actually two kinds of affirmation. The ones that come up very easily when I realize and find out a negative belief that I have, and I'm like, no, you gotta go. You can't stay here. For example, I'm not smart enough to manage my own money, or people are not interested in what I have to say. When you realize, oh, okay, I'm thinking that, perfect. I actually write it, and then I write the complete opposite. And this becomes my affirmation. I can go even deeper than that, because sometimes the problem is even deeper, and create a brand new affirmation that is enveloping and contradicting all these negative beliefs. For example, for the belief people don't care about what I have to say, I created the positive affirmation: I love expressing myself. No matter what people think, everybody should always honor their heart by expressing themselves when they feel like it. This is an example. I also like writing affirmations by themes. So money, for example, I've been struggling a lot. I was raised in fear. I'm still healing from it because I developed so many and such deeply rooted negative beliefs about money that it blocked me for a long time. I was afraid of earning money. I was feeling guilty. I mean, so many dark things that I had to work a lot on this, because at some point you gotta provide for yourself. You have to support yourself. You have to be financially independent. I couldn't just live the way I was living. This has quite a big place in the mindset change. So I created a theme, positive affirmation theme, on money, on the unknown, abundance, control, also a big thing, self-trust, self-confidence. And then I write many positive affirmations. For example, when I'm not controlling anything, when I'm on autopilot, I know that I am in good hands. I know what I'm doing. When I think I don't or feel lost, I actually know exactly what I'm doing. In order to meet myself, I have to let go 100%. I know that going towards the unknown equals getting closer to meeting myself, to getting everything I want in this life, and other affirmations like that. Let me know if you liked it and if you'd like me to share more. I have a lot of affirmations. Other very creative way to practice affirmation is to actually have it printed on different items that can be used in our everyday life. With a positive affirmation written on it, you can have a mug with positive affirmations written on it, so that every day while you're drinking your tea or your coffee, you see it, and it's very natural because it happens very naturally, and so it is very striking for the mind. It's about implementing it subtly in your everyday life, in your routine. You can also get prints, have it framed in your room. It's a very nice, natural way to have everyday reminders to surround yourself with positivity. But again, it needs to be natural. The other way I like to practice affirmation is to listen to music. Almost every night I have my playlist that is called reprogramming, and it can be all sorts, whether just meditation, deep sleep type of music with no lyrics, no one speaking, very relaxing and very helpful to calm agitated minds like mine. Or you can also have meditation music with positive affirmation on repeat for like hours. This is very powerful. I highly recommend trying this. This is so powerful to reprogram your mind while you sleep. This truly transformed my mindset. I saw the result within weeks. I've been doing this for a few years now. It does wonders. I will drop in the description box a few meditation music and channels that I've been listening to. I can't stress this enough. This is very necessary, very important, very powerful. Another tip that I can give you is to make your own. So it's not about posting it on YouTube because of the commercial license, but you can actually use a music that you like, that is very relaxing, that you know is doing you good, and you can record yourself, because in the end you're the one that knows yourself best, right? So you know what kind of stuff you need to hear on repeat. You need to tell yourself continuously. And as I was saying before, I have so many positive affirmations that I usually read to myself before going to bed. By the way, I highly recommend reading your affirmations before going to bed so you can reprogram your mind while you sleep. So I have so many positive affirmations that I just decided to record my voice on top of a meditation music that I liked, and then I duplicated it in a few copies and made it like 8 hours or 5 or 6 hours on my personal YouTube account, and I've been listening to it, and it's very powerful, very powerful too, because it's your own voice and you can do it very easily. I've been using Velo software. It's very easy to do. This is another way you can do it that is very powerful because it's your own voice, so it's familiar to your mind, and so the informations are going to be absorbed even more quickly. This is a very good idea and efficient way to reprogram your mind without having to work on it, without having to do anything. It's happening while you sleep. Okay, next, I want you to force yourself, okay, to validate your emotions every time. Whatever experiences, ever it is that you're feeling, okay, sadness, anger, frustration, validate it. We've been conditioned through our family's dynamic mainly to invalidate each other and so ourselves. What we feel, we've been so used to being gaslighted or just ignored that we tend to do that to ourselves because we don't realize, we never thought about the importance of actually validating our own emotions or even being aware of it. And so starting to seriously pay attention to the way you feel and allow yourself to feel that way. More importantly, validate what you feel. Don't shatter it. Don't shame yourself. Don't neglect your own feelings. Don't gaslight yourself. Don't do that. Okay, I want you to force yourself when you're feeling down, when you're feeling like someone triggered you, someone was mean to you and you didn't like it. Okay, tell yourself, you're right, I get it. It's okay to feel that way. Practice doing that and thank me later. Start taking your emotions seriously, your mind seriously. Okay, validate your feelings, validate yourself and your experiences, no matter what people are telling you. Start doing that and let's talk later about it, okay? Next point, 5 things that really changed my mind and contributed to be more positive in my life: to set intentions. I insist a lot about intentions on my channel because this is the key, and I speak about self-awareness, so intentions are at the very center of self-awareness. Intentions help you stay focused. Intentions are compass, okay? Intentions are literally directing your thoughts, your mind all the time. You need to understand that your mind, thinking mind, if you don't give it direction, will immediately follow the ego, and you don't want that to happen, okay? The ego isn't here to help you. The ego isn't here to guide you towards the right decisions. The ego is self-absorbed, wants everything to revolve around itself. And so when you don't give direction to your mind, let's go there, it's going to follow the ego. So practicing intention is what? Is literally asking yourself all the time, what do I want from this experience? What do I want to get from this experience, from this date, from this job interview? Today I'm off. What do I want to do today? How do I want to spend my energy and my time today? It looks very simple and easy, but you have no idea. You have no idea what it's actually doing. I have a whole video about setting intentions. I highly recommend watching it so you understand more in depth what I mean by that and how important it is. Especially if you're coming from a very negative background with negative thinking patterns, setting intentions will help you realize how easy it is for your mind to fall back into thinking negatively. When you have a direction and you know where you're going, what you want to do, small intentions to big intentions. Okay, today is Sunday. I want to relax. I want to feel at peace and do something I love. This can be as simple as that. You have no idea how powerful this is because you gave your mind an order. This is what I want today. And so anything drama, anything falling back into doing something that is not aligned with what you just said, you won't do because you just gave direction to your mind. This is so powerful, you have no idea. So setting intentions. Now, one of my favorite things that blew my mind, that I'm so sad that I started to do this late. I'm a bit late to this party, but guys, mood boards. Oh my god, mood boards. Please listen. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be the most creative person in the world to make a mood board. What is a mood board if you don't know at all what it is? It's basically, okay, a board that can be physical or digital. You can take a sheet of paper, you can take a book, and you actually stick and create a collage of pictures that creates an environment. A mood can be used in marketing, in the cosmetic industry, for example, to have an idea of the kind of vibe you're looking for. And so here, to change your mindset into a positive mindset, mood boards are excellent. Why? Because you are building a reality. And you're free in this reality, you're free to do whatever it is that you want. So what you want to do when you create a mood board, if you have magazines or illustrated leaflet stuff, anything where we can see people, landscape, images, anything that sparks something in you, anything that's inspiring to you, you cut it off and you stick it, and you create little by little, gradually you start creating a board of whatever theme you chose. So the life you want, your work life, your family life, life of your dreams, the house of your dreams, whatever it is, you can have as many as you want. You're free. That's why it's such an amazing thing to do. You can draw. If you're an artist, you can draw stuff and create a mood board by yourself. You can cut papers from magazines, other things that you may have in your house from friends or parents or whatever that you know you're not using. If you don't have any of this, you can just on Pinterest. Pinterest is excellent for that. Why? Because it's the whole point of Pinterest. You create boards, it's very quick, it's digital, you have access to it anytime, and I repeat, it's very quick. You don't spend a lot of time on it. So some people are very creative, manual, and they want to take the time, the whole afternoon, and create something and do some collage, and that's great. Some people are not, and Pinterest is an excellent alternative for this. Not gonna lie to you, I've been using this, and this is very powerful, especially because it's recommending more and more ideas based on images you saved already. So you create a board and then you save your images in your board. I have plenty of secret boards, they're not public, just for me. My dream life, the house of my dreams, self-development affirmations, and I have a bunch of positive affirmations showing up like that. It is very visual and so powerful. Looking at it, just scrolling and looking at your board from time to time, especially before going to bed again, is extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. Your mind is going to be like, oh, this is my life? Yeah. And so it's going to start adapting, slowly adapting to it. So these are really very powerful tools that I've been using, and I kid you not, in less than a few months, my entire life started to shift. I started to transform because my entire mind was filled with positivity all the time. And so it's contagious. Mood boards really. Another very powerful thing that I did, that I started to do a few years ago, that I'm so grateful that I did, is to keep a little notebook where I keep positive stuff that happened to me here and there, whatever it is. It was positive or surprising to me, the kind of stuff that makes your day. You don't know why it happened, or you were expecting something, it happened in a better way than expected. You're just so happy about something. I write everything I'm super happy about. I write it. Don't underestimate the power of doing this. The mind, is very quick to forget the good stuff. Very easy to remember the negative stuff. Positive stuff that happened to us for some reason, we tend to forget it. It is so amazing every time I go back to it and reread all amazing stuff that happened to me. When you read it all at once, it's crazy because you realize how lucky you are. And sometimes you're gonna see a pattern. You might realize that, oh wait, I have an angel, I think. I definitely am guided by something I don't understand. Changing your mindset and becoming more positive, and so attracting more positive stuff, because it's a cycle. It takes gratitude. It takes to be grateful. And so what happens when you're negative is that you are convinced that only negative stuff happened to you, or you're not good enough, the good stuff never happens to you, and that's not true. Doing this exercise was important to me because I was that kind of person. I always thought, because of all the traumas experienced in my life, I developed the belief that I was cursed, that positivity was not for me, that I could never have what I wanted. And forcing myself to write down, going back to this notebook and read it from time to time, made me realize I was complete BS. I am so much more lucky than I thought. I am more than lucky. I am blessed. I am protected. The amount of obstacle that I overcame, it's crazy to realize all the way you're coming from, everything you overcame, and how ungrateful you are. But more importantly, how loved you are. And so it takes some time to read it in an objective way to realize, oh wait, cool stuff happens to me all the time. These are the tools that really help transform my perspective. I really recommend doing this. I'd love you to get back to me and tell me how it went. Now I'm gonna shift into informations that are more knowledge than exercises, but understanding these things. Put an end to the negative spiral. Put a definite end to it. So the first thing is to actually understand duality. I made a video about duality where I explain the concept in depth. I highly recommend watching this. In a nutshell, you need to understand that we live in a world of duality. The good, the bad, the sun, the moon, the day, the night, happiness, pain, everything exists. Its light and its shadow in this world. That's the way it is. Understanding this and just accepting this, letting go, will be key in understanding this experience that you're having on earth and be less negative. Why are things like this? Why this happens to me? I don't understand. You will be more flexible and your mental health will thank you for this. Everything happens in cycle. The negative is part of the positive and vice versa. That's the way it is. And so if you want to experience a better life, you have to embrace and accept the negative experiences, pain. You have to accept it. It exists and that's the way it is. It's not going anywhere. It is part of this experience. That's the way it is. So chill, accept it and let go. You'll have so much fun when you get that. It is the same for everyone. It's not just you. The second thing is to distance yourself from this life experience. So I don't know what your beliefs are, if you're religious, if you're spiritual, if you don't believe in anything, but you need to understand you are having an experience on earth, temporary experience, and then you leave. You move on to another experience, something else. Having the distance, remember that sometimes helps letting go and not taking this experience too seriously. Don't take yourself too seriously. Don't take this experience too seriously. Practice regularly distancing yourself and reminding yourself of what I just said. Just having an experience. That's all. And it's a rather short experience, so you really want to not spend too much time on what you don't want, what you don't understand, what you can't control, because this is time you'll never get back. So you really want to start focusing on the positive and stop wasting this precious time. The last thing is to understand the importance of perspective. Man, people kept saying perspective is everything, and I didn't understand until it hit. You know, so at some point it hits home and you're like, oh, okay, perspective is everything. Yes. So I don't know if it's hitting right now, but your mind is extremely sensitive. When I say perspective is everything, it is real. The mind is very sensitive. Whatever you feed it with, it's going to just absorb it as it is. The example that I love to give is with toxicity, like toxic people, you know, difficult people, drama type of people who like to provoke you, for example. I love comparing these people as kids or mosquitoes, but let's go with kids today, because when a person provokes you, throwing a peek at you, they're just trying to get your attention. Okay, like a kid. They have a very dysfunctional, emotionally unstable, immature way to communicate. It has nothing to do with you. More importantly, they are not dangerous most of the time. Completely harmless. Okay, when you start perceiving things like this, you'll understand so much more about interactions, and when you get provoked sometimes, why it is so unnecessary to react. Enter the game and to start playing the ping pong game. But what we do, unfortunately, is that we pick up the racket and we play with. Why? Because we got triggered or we feel in danger, feel unsafe. Perspective is everything, because on one hand you have a kid in front of you provoking you. If right now you had a kid in front of you insulting you and running away laughing, would you go after them? Of course not. Of course not. It's not important. Moving on. if right now you have someone who's trying to hurt you, who's coming at you, trying to create a drama, who might be a liability in your life or a threat, now you're gonna start taking the sword and go at war with this person. Perspective is everything. Your mind is very sensitive, and you want to pay attention to how you are presenting things to it. If you present toxic people that can be annoying to you, as big gigantic monsters, you're gonna start being afraid of them, because your mind is gonna start, okay, I can do this, I'm in danger. You're not in danger at all. That's why I also give the example of mosquitoes, because this is insignificant. You're gonna go back to your life and you'll probably never see them again. It's not important. And so in general, nourishing this belief, this understanding that perspective will change your life. Whatever it is that you think you cannot have, stop saying can't. Change the way you look at it. Change the story you're telling yourself about it. Think you want to have a job, a life, a partner. Don't tell yourself, I'm not good enough to get this. Tell yourself, I'm on my way to get these things. I am worthy of all these things, and I am becoming a person that is entirely able to receive this. Change the story you're telling to yourself. Last but not least, thank you for watching so far. Obviously, as I was saying at the beginning of this video, the people you're hanging out with are extremely important. Obviously, if you have very negative people around you, you really want to start taking a distance with them. The kind of people that always find something negative to say to you, that never really cheer you up. If they're not 100% supporting you, clapping for you, you need to understand that you gotta let them go. You don't have time for this anymore, and you have to be that person too. Sometimes, it can be long until we get that too, that the importance of being surrounded by positivity in our expansion. We want things, but we don't always understand the changes we have to make in our life first in order to get those things. And so yes, the people you're surrounded with, friends, family, really want to start becoming selective and not be afraid of saying no, of taking your distance with anything that is not entirely wanting the best of the best for you. I really hope for you that you get that. Obviously, what you consume has an incredible impact in your mind, from the food to what you read to what you watch. I didn't want to expand too much on this because everybody is so different and has such a different way to consume things, and I didn't want to go too much in depth in the food because of all the disparities, but I just want you to understand what you consume is important. So you want to be careful to that. So these are the things I did to change my mindset. Obviously, apart from working on my life, my trauma, therapy, and all those things that are very important too, I wanted to share with you tools that can be done every day for free, that not can, but that will inevitably transform your mindset in a mind-blowing way. And I really wanted to show these free tools that are extremely powerful to start seeing the world differently and start understanding that, yeah, you can do anything, you can have everything, you're lucky, you're blessed, you're loved, life is good. So I really encourage you to try these things and let me know how it impacted your life. So I'm gonna leave you there. Thank you so much for watching this far. If you enjoyed watching this video, join the self-awareness journey, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.